The Rifleman. Starring Chuck Connors.
How does he look, Lucas boy?
Not too good.
What do you suppose it is?
Same as the pair last week. Only this one's worse.
Hey, you're punishing that horse, son.
Oh, he's out to run today, Paul. Can't hold him in. Gosh, isn't it fine outdoors? What's wrong with the steer?
Well, he's not feeling too good, son.
Oh, maybe if I ran him a little bit.
You know, you're too full of mustard. I tell you what, you take the afternoon. I'll mind your chores.
Gosh, Paul, thanks. Today I feel like the west wind blowing.
Or shall the banjo sing in Laddie Buck?
Well, the way you do it, gosh.
You just wasn't expecting music out here. We'll stop off and visit. Name's Lafayette Bly.
Well, howdy, Mr. Bly. My name's Mark McCain.
Well, mostly my friends call me Fay. Help yourself to coffee.
Well, I guess once wouldn't hurt. Smells so good.
When coffee tastes like it smells, then it's good coffee. Sugar in the yuckwood box. If you'll set things back exactly like as is.
You sure picked a nice spot.
Always listen for running water. Stop when you feel the coolness of shade trees. And then, then, if you hear running water.
'Tis springtime, cold winter is past. Warm breezes are blowing, and May's here at last. The birds are returning, their songs fill the air, and meadows are smiling with blossoms so fair.
What's that?
I sent rubber ball. Develop your hands, bound to be stronger all over. All human physics connected up.
Bet you really got a grip.
Had to swear off shaking hands.
I'll get it.
Stop quiet, don't move. Sorry, Marco. Just had to listen where the ball rolled.
You're blind. I'm terrible sorry I mentioned about it, Mr. Bly.
Thought I told you my friends call me Fay. Well, come now.
Fay.
That's better. Oh, Marco, I ain't exactly partial to being sightless, but I ain't bashful to have it spoke of. Man's bashful of a nose pimple or a missing tooth. Sightless is bigger. You go your ways in darkness.
Isn't there anything that can be done about your eyes?
No. No, Marco. But it ain't all that bad. Why, I can tune up on any street in this here nation, and it ain't a minute. till some kindly hand is guiding me in through the swing doors. And then I hear the voices calling for a song or story before I've even had my fill of beer or free lunch.
What kind of stories do you tell?
Lies. Mostly about myself. But more truth than lies. On my 21st birthday, I've been 3 years on a whaling ship. I've knowed warfare, and I've knowed love. But of the two, loving was painfuller.
Where'd you fight at?
It was just a farrier smith. But at Shiloh Church, I fought in the last scratch reserve, and lived to boast of it. In front of Vicksburg, we brang the forges clear up to the siege lines to mend our smashed guns. And right under the eyes of Grant and Sherman, why, a spent red round shot came bounding up and glanced off my head. Well, when Uncle Billy Sherman sees I'm only knocked senseless, he says to Grant, General, he says, now we know for sure which is harder, the enemy cannonball or the skulls of our fearless troops. How can we lose? Well, that's a come, says Sherman. He bent over laughing like he took in a mini ball through his sword sash. Somebody just shot something.
I know how you feel, Lucas, but you couldn't let him suffer.
Like shooting down a $10 bill that I sweated for.
What do you suppose makes him so sick?
Like Moran in the Bible. I midwifed this one into the world. Now I gotta bury him. Can't leave him for the coyotes. See you at the ranch later, Micah?
No, I've got a meeting at the hotel, but thanks anyway.
I like your wrist more. Aside from saddle tramps, you get many strangers in town?
Some. How come it never sounds the same as when you do it?
Practice. You'll be a good player.
With this one chord?
When you mastered it, try the next one. By some information I got. There's a stranger be passing through here this week. If you see anyone, will you let me know?
Sure. Besides, I'll be coming by for my banjo lessons.
And, promise not to mention to anyone about me camping here.
Well, why? You're not doing anything.
Got my reasons, boy. Big reasons. Blind man's reasons.
Gosh, I'll be late for supper. I better get going.
Mark! I loved a girl back there in my seeing days. Oh, my, she was like the outest-to-reach red apple at the top of the tree. Till he come by looking up at her. Know what he done? I'll tell you what he done. He blind me. Making out to be my friend with all them eye medicines.
Let me go, you're hurting me.
In just under 6 years, my pretty sweetheart was dead in the grave from his mistreatments.
My wrist.
Now, a smart boy like you should know him easy. 6'5", with a lanky leg where you're walking, and pale-colored eyes over his cheekbones. Now, I don't know what name he goes under. All I ever knowed him by was Mac. Well, what's the matter? What's all this for? Well, boy, your heart's begging like a drop forge. Oh, shame on me for crunching your poor skinny wrist. Well, no bones broke. I'll tell you what, Marco, we'll forget about all that promising. From here on, I'm trusting your loyalty to this fine friendship we struck up.
Paul, shouldn't we take the buckboard for bringing the hide back?
Just the shovel. I've got no heart for skinning him.
Paul? Did you ever injure anyone real severely? Say, maybe blind him?
What?
For instance, on account of Ma.
You've been reading too many of those books.
Me and Ivanhoe.
No, I don't mean Ivanhoe.
Sounds like the varmint's got the steer ahead of us.
A better job than we would. Mark, you've been looking at me all evening like you never saw me before. Something troubling you, son?
Nothing especially, Paul. months during the week, boy. How much longer is this gonna last?
I don't know, son. I just don't know.
Good day, gentlemen.
Howdy. You, care for a cup of coffee?
Just some water.
I'll get it, Paul.
Thanks, McCain.
Oh, you know my name?
I know a lot of names. You see, Hey. Oh? Ah. It's about as tall as I am.
Son, lay this shovel handle across here.
Oh, all right. Just a hair's difference.
That don't happen too frequent.
No, it doesn't.
Mack's-a-nam. M-A-C-K, J.J. Mack.
What can I do for you, Mr. Mack?
Well, you mind if I take a look at your bunch?
Bunch. It's not a bunch. It's a herd. Help yourself.
McCain, I've been looking at herds up to 3,500 head all summer. To me, this is just a bunch.
Well, that's all I've got, mister. Now, what do you want?
Well, I asked your permission only out of civility. Actually, I have a warrant.
Well, now that the civility is over, maybe you better show that warrant.
All right. The territorial governor authorized me as veterinarian pharmacist to inspect all livestock for episodic hoof and mouth disease.
It's just a letter, mister. Not worth the paper it's written on.
I can have this enforced, McCain.
Well, do it. In the meantime, get off my land.
You're making a big mistake.
What's his name again?
Mack. Mack.
What would you do to him?
How'd I know? Why ain't he here yet? North Fork's on his itinerary. Could he have been and went? Could he?
No, I'd have heard. Say, what would you really do to him?
Just let me get my hands on him for, about 2 minutes. Till I teach him his lesson. World without end everlasting.
Sorry to inform you, 4 of your steers are drooling. That's a contagious stage. They have to be destroyed.
Hear him? He wants to condemn 4 head of prime beef. Almost $50.
Afraid I'm not making myself very clear. Your entire herd now classifies as being infected. Under the law, they have to be buried no less than 5 feet deep with no parts removed or missing.
The government says that?
It's to your benefit in the long run as a cattleman.
It is, huh? Does the government know those cows are my cash income for the whole year? I've got land payments, mister. If they're not met, I can be sold at public auction.
Look, McCain, why don't you go on back to the ranch? Marshal and I can handle this thing for you.
Get him off my land, Micah. I still slaughter my own cattle.
Oh, Lucas, be reasonable.
Let me have today. Tomorrow I'll be reasonable.
Boy, it's just about like shooting your feet out from underneath you.
This year, we'll have to break 20 acres of new land. Come out even.
Mr. Mack, he's in town. I seen him, Fay. This is your last chance. He's leaving tomorrow.
Are you sure now?
That's what he told me.
Howdy.
See my boy around?
As I rode out this morning, matter of fact, he asked me when I'd be leaving permanently.
Much obliged.
Oh, McCain. How is the boy doing with the ranch work while you're plowing?
Ranch work? There's no cattle.
Man don't make many friends in my job.
I owe you an apology, sir.
Cut along, laddie buck. I'll call for you mixing in this.
How you gonna know it's him?
Ready. And 40. Tired and plenty bothered.
That's Mrs. Ransom. A whiskey husband and 11 kids.
A young galoot. Ain't got nothing on his mind but gals and ructions. Well, this one's quite somebody. Man, about 55. Quiet, but he got authority.
Well, you sure called him. Mike is our town marshal.
Yeah? Yet? It's him. 6'5", 190 pounds. Walk like the hind end of an Arkansas mule.
Give him something to remember you by, Fay.
Cough, Lucas. Cough.
I'm awfully sorry, Pa. I just wanted to get even with that vet. It was him, not you. Please forgive me.
Get even with the vet.
I'm sorry, Pa. I'm sorry.
Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord.
If you don't prefer charges, Lucas, I can only hold him on disorderly conduct.
No charges, Micah.
He should be taught a lesson.
He's not a criminal. He's learned something already. And I think Mark has, too.
Do you plan to hold him, Marshal?
No, I guess not.
Would you mind if I saw him before you released him?
No, go right ahead.
Thanks.
This time it's really you. How could I have been mistook?
Buck fever. Why did you want to kill me, Fay?
Why did you want to blind me, John?
Blind you? The boric solution. Fay, I'm a pharmacist. I could tell you were losing your eyesight. The eye drops are just to soothe you.
Soothe me? While you got round my sweet woman.
Would you have married her blind?
She'd been willing.
Yes. If she'd known in time. But, Fay, I don't think you could have done that to her.
Dog. You liar. Now, I hear to you and your cruelties.
I never touched her, or spoke to her, even looked at her, except in loving kindness, I swear that. She died in childbirth. At least you're spared the blame of that. Still don't believe me.
What can a man believe behind bars?
It's open, Fay. Careful, Fay. Step down. Well, here we are.
John, just one thing. Why is it you never marked a resting place?
I hoped that you might help with the inscription.
Guess there ain't but one good enough for her. I am the Rose of Sharon, and the Lily of the Valleys. Are you there, folks? Could you lend me a minute? I got a little song for you tonight. Now hear the blind man. I said to my kind old friend that his heart was a black Gila monster. But that monster was in my own darkness.
Eyes have seen the gleam of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the village where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible swift sword.